Hi there, I'm Kadie Cleveland, and this is Walking Together, a Christian parenting podcast. My education in early childhood development and social and emotional learning helps me to teach God's Word to kids each week, but I want you parents to be the main teachers of the faith to your kids. Join us each week as we explore topics that both kids and parents can use to build their relationships to God and with each other. This is Kadie Cleveland, and this is Walking Together, a Christian parenting podcast. The last 2 weeks, we have been talking about Christian discipline and how parents can use it. Today, we're going to talk about what natural consequences are and how we can use them to teach our kids. Natural consequences are those things that happen in response to your child's behavior. These things can be imposed by nature, society, or another person. There are lots of examples of how this can happen in everyday life. One example that I think of is when I was a kid, I kicked a boy on the playground going down the slide. In response, he bit my foot. Now, I'm not saying what he did was right, but he did respond to what I did, which hurt him. Now, we tend to want to save our kids from natural consequences, but if we do that every single time, then they're not going to realize that their actions can have a negative reaction. And so then you have to think, well, then what's going to stop them from doing it again? Now, I'm not saying don't protect your child. If it looks like they're climbing on something that will cause them to fall and hurt themselves badly, please intervene. But I also want you to realize if they were for some reason to not do their homework or cheat on a test, that maybe you shouldn't talk to the teacher to get them to change the grade or to even give your child a second chance. Sometimes you need to let them learn from their mistakes, and receiving a bad grade is a natural consequence of a choice they made. The Bible is full of natural consequences, but that doesn't mean that God doesn't forgive his people when they sin. In fact, after the natural consequence occurs, he reminds them to return to him, and he will comfort them in their suffering. Now, a way to use natural discipline is to explain the consequences. I'm going to start that part again. Now, another way to use natural discipline is to explain the consequence that you will give or deliver if they disobey a rule. For example, if you don't share with your sister, I will take your toy away. Or, if you don't finish your dinner, you won't get a cookie afterwards. Expectations are important to set so that your kid can meet them. Now, how can we bring the heart of God into natural consequences? We want kids to love God and each other, and love is supposed to motivate us to live in a way that honors God and each other. Jesus says, "If you love me, then you will follow my commands." We need to teach our kids that obedience is an act of love. They won't always do it perfectly, but their hearts will want to try when they truly know what love is. We aren't saying that this is how you earn my love, but it is saying this is how you show me that you love me back. I think a good way to explain it to your kid is to say, by following our home's rules, you are showing me that you care about our family. The rules are made so that we can be safe and show each other love. When you are mean to your sister or when you lie to me, that isn't showing love. So here's my question for you this week to talk about as a family. Kids, what is one way you can show love to your family by being obedient this week? Parents, how can you also show love to your kids in the way you discipline them? This is Kadie Cleveland with Walking Together. Hope that you walk on and that we'll meet up next time. See you later.